What is going on, YouTube? PPS here, YouTube play of the day. We're coming at you guys 11 o'clock p.m. on the 23rd. Just finished watching up some Vikings football there against the Niners. What a game there. Obviously, had my boy Hawkinson coming through for us, so that was awesome. But I also have one play for you guys. Stuff's going to be up with the Wi-Fi tomorrow, so I want to make sure that I get this completely locked in. And I looked at the prices on the spot that I do like here for today and or for tomorrow, I guess. And line is different places already. So 27.5 for my boys Western Kentucky team total here, minus 120 on DraftKings. It's 28.5 on FanDuel at minus 104. So I really like this spot. Obviously, I know we did lose our play of the day last time on a Western Kentucky guy, but I went for a prop there. Obviously want to improve on it today. 7-4, 1.52 units, but we want to make sure we're getting a little better today. Rolling with Western Kentucky against Liberty. Obviously, Liberty's a tough team. They're very, very good. Number one in this conference. But I do like the spot for Western Kentucky because we've seen Liberty a little bit more vulnerable last game, right, against Middle Tennessee. Their quarterback threw for 4 touchdowns, 332, was really efficient, 24 for 37. What I did like to see, too, is just the big plays, right? We saw big plays happen. We also saw some pretty sustained drives, right? Some drives that I was not expecting Middle Tennessee to put up on these guys, right? We just saw Western Kentucky when they played Middle Tennessee, 35-10. Obviously a little different than the 42-35 game that we saw in their last one. But I did like the sustained drives that we've seen from Middle Tennessee. We saw 11-play drive in 3 minutes. Very quick and efficient drive there as well. Obviously, a couple of those big plays will get those numbers up a little bit, but I did like the couple sustained ones. I also really like Western Kentucky at home. They've had 2 home games here so far this season, and they've hit this number in both of those games. Middle Tennessee scoring 31, and then obviously played USF and scored 41 in that one as well. Just talking about that last game as well for Western Kentucky, they played a tough game, right? I think that Jacksonville State game obviously shouldn't have been a look ahead, but kind of was. They did lose 20-17 on a walk-off field goal as a 7-point favorite, which was not great. But I think this is the bounce-back game, right? This is a huge game for these guys. They're 2-1 in conference. A game behind New Mexico State. 2 wins behind Jacksonville State. Liberty's 5-0 in the conference already, 7-0 on the season. But if what Middle Tennessee was able to exploit this passing defense, I think Austin Reed definitely is able to. Austin Reed obviously is phenomenal. Over 300 yards a game, 16 touchdowns through 6 games. And this dude's been an absolute stud. 16 touchdowns, like I said, 70. Had a couple pretty big plays as well. 70-yard touchdown to Malachi Corley throughout this year. 51 to Mr. Berry. There's a lot of guys here, and also running game. This is a complete committee, right? And in a game against Middle Tennessee, we saw them give up quite a few rushing yards in this one as well. I think Western Kentucky might be able to exploit that too, right? 96 rushing yards in that game. And they scored 35 points on these guys with 3 turnovers. So that's obviously pretty important as well. You got Step out there with 200 yards rushing. LT Sanders, 20 carries already on the year. Elijah Young, almost 40 carries. Austin Reed is very mobile. So in a game that you're going to need to score, keep up with Liberty's offense, especially that running game, it is phenomenal. I think that we're going to see Western Kentucky have to come through. Offense has to be the way to do it, because I don't think this defense is stopping Liberty at all. And we see that in the total at 61.5. So I'm signing up with Austin Reed, Malachi Corley, and all these studs on this offensive spot for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. I'm going to be rolling with 27.5. I think it closes at 28.5 everywhere. It should be there now, but hey, we'll take it. And sign me up for over 27.5 at -120 on DraftKings. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, 7-4, 1.52 units. It is a bounce back spot here for us. Western Kentucky facing off against Liberty. So thank you guys. Hit that like button if you could. Really appreciate it. And we'll be back on Wednesday for Pass the Prop. Hopefully coming after you a win here today on this Tuesday night football slate. So thank you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. Appreciate all the support. Have a good night.